is going to be my voice here in the cafe. If you're in the cafe, it's going to be Uplando, a picture of Uplando, a picture of myself on video. If you are in, if you are going to be in the, and I will correct this right here. If you're going to be in, if you're going to be, I'm going to mute this too. Beautiful. Had to mute the tab. Welcome into the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm going to start things off a little different than I normally do. I do have Uplando here with me tonight. We're going to be talking a little bit about Miami, but I do want to start a little bit the same way as far as going over the day's news. We're going to be kind of framing things as I usually always try to do with covering the day's news, but having Uplando on because we're trying to get things done here for the end of the year roundup, get something put together later in the next couple of weeks for holidays. Still getting pushed around on dates a little bit, but it's a good opportunity, good chance to tease that as well. So you get to look at a picture of Uplando and myself here as we do get things started, as I am going to read through the day's news, and obviously I'm going to ask for Uplando's help in getting through some pieces of news. Can we manage that, Uplando?
Yeah, sounds great.
Oh, yeah, perfect. Let's do it. So tonight is the 8th of December, 2023. It is Friday, and this is a Goldsmith. I am joined by Uplando, and let's get into it up front. So up front, we have a couple things that are pieces of new news as well as just some pieces of carry on here. As of today, big piece of news. We'll get into the specifics. I will see what Uplando's thoughts are on it, and we'll talk through it. The specifics of the announcement, the unique Miami building that is kicked off as of today. We'll get into the specifics of how you interact, how you can get in and get this built. Miami release, obviously, we still continue to have activities go on with Miami release. Part of those activities, Uplando knows more about than most, so we'll get into that as well. As far as a Block Explorer sale specific to Block Explorer store owners, get into what that looks like as well as what his thoughts are moving forward with that sale. We did have a couple interesting things happen today over in event winners, and that big announcement is the culmination of a month and plus of UGC work for the Ugly Sweaters Showdown. So let's give those winners some props. We'll get into that list of winners. Then we do otherwise have just the regular basics here. NFLPA passes just as a matter of course, as a matter of housekeeping. NFLPA passes did open for exchange today as well. Before we get into all of that and I get into the details, and I get to have a good conversation with my good friend Uplando, the disclaimer up front so that we can get it out of the way. All views and opinions expressed by myself are mine and mine alone. They shouldn't be taken as game strategy advice or financial advice. Same thing for any guests that we do have online. They have their own opinions. They're allowed to have them. They're welcome to have them, but they shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. Anything that I say, anything that a guest says, obviously does not represent the game of the team of Upland. And my guests don't always represent my own opinions or the opinions of the Cafe Nightly Show. So just to get things kicked off here, Uplando, let's start in the beginning. How the heck are you doing today?
I'm doing good. It's good to be here. It's like old times, my friend. It's like old times.
Well, the thing is you went ahead and had so many other things to do. It is hard to round you up, and it's good that I get the chance to do so. And like I said, the big thing that I did want to put out there was I am trying to get stuff put together for holidays. I'll say it out loud and proud. And I'll say that I've already, talked to the team and things are in that position of, well, we just have to see what calendars are. And guess what? It's getting close. We need those calendars to get figured out.
Yeah. For people who haven't been around from the last two Christmases, we bit off more than anyone could ever chew ever in the lifetime of Christmas shows. So we've done some pretty outlandish things. 12 days of Cafe Christmas, and we did a 3-day last year. It's good. This format is fun, and it's going to be exciting to be involved with anything that you have coming up with the holiday show.
And again, if we can get the Plaza to work the way we want it to, again, I know this is iterative. We're working on, the next levels of God mode and how we can broadcast voice and all of those things. We could be more interactive. We can do shows in here, contests in here. Theoretically, we could be running these contests that we run elsewhere. And even if we don't have delay or we have a minimal delay, we could have featured games where people are interacting with things going on during the holiday event, which we've done in the past has been fun, but usually has to be done off site. So it'd be really interesting if we can get those two blend together.
Yeah, it's going to be good times, no matter what we come up with, but no matter what date that we do it on. So keep an eye out for it. I know, Goldsmith, that you'll be promoting it and pushing it out there, and it'll be fun. It'll be fun no matter what.
Absolutely. That's the idea. And, again, I can put out there if we end up getting to do something, like I need a date soon so I can work on it. But we'll be able to put together like we have in the past. No guarantees on the freaking scale that we've done in the past for prizes and stuff, but we'll put together some prizes. We'll put together some events, some contests, some ways people can participate. And I'm not running the gift exchange this year. I mean, I don't know if Banana's going to do it, but it's always been a lot of work, that one. But I don't know if we could get that revived as well. It's been going last couple of years.
Yeah, I think that always our Atomic Hub WAM addresses have always been a staple of the community, and people generally have those. It's easy to get a cloud wallet, a Wax wallet. So there may be things there. We've had a lot of contributors over the years, and it's always fun to do those things. We'll see if we can't work in some trivia. We'll see. You never know what's going to pop up during a holiday show.
Oh, for sure. And again, I'm looking back to see. To see what we can work on as far as, I don't know, just have a little bit of fun, for the holidays. But that's secondary. Obviously, we can get in the news. I do have some questions for you as somebody with one of the first Block Explorer shops, because this is an interesting concept, the way Miami's doing Block Explorers. But first and foremost, let's take a look at that big announcement for today, or the only real announcement as of today. But I'm going to call it big because it's a little bit of a surprise, and it is time sensitive. And that announcement obviously is the Miami exclusive, and they call it a masterpiece. And maybe that's a little far because I don't think the graphics are that good. You can have your own thoughts, Uplando. But
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you paint the picture, set it up for us.
Well, this is how I'm going to set it up. Take a look at this. Everybody, look at this. I want to put it up on the screen. See it? That's what we're looking at. So this is the masterpiece. Again, you toot your own horn, Upland. Please feel free to do so. But I don't know if it's a masterpiece. Snag your exclusive Upland structure 1 week only. So this is a pretty cool thing. Opportunity to welcome in. I'm going to read through a couple of lines in here. But up front, answer that question, Uplando. Is that a masterpiece?
Well, I tell you what it is. The idea, like the actual structure itself is very Miami. I think what the masterpiece is, Goldsmith, is what they're doing. So I'm going to let you get through it, but I love this. Continue.
I love it. I love it, Upland. Yeah. I don't think it's the best piece of art I've seen in the game of Upland, but I do love it. I've
seen some Death Ender art. That's some of the best art that I've seen in some Land for Land, some others. I'll tell you that for sure. But hey.
I mean, couch those remarks, Uplando. We're going to talk about those a bunch of Death Ender designs here. We'll talk about how those winners shaped up here for the ugly sweater contest, because it was kind of a landslide, if you ask me.
Yeah.
We'll get into the specifics there. Yeah. But just jumping into this, obviously, I love seeing some of the language that Upland puts out there. It kind of is indicative of their thoughts here. Let's watch some of these bold-faced words they put in here. Get ready to add a splash of Miami heat to your virtual real estate portfolio. We're rolling out once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Again, that's bold-faced words to construct a unique Miami structure. That's descriptive, so I'm glad they did bold-face that. Bringing you the sizzle and style of Miami right to your digital doorstep. 1 week of Miami magic. For 1 week only, you'll have the chance to construct this exclusive structure in Miami. Miss the window, and it's gone, like the sunset over South Beach. That's a funny one, Uplando. Why is that funny? Why is that funny, Uplando?
The South Beach over the South Beach. I mean,
you watch the sunrise over South Beach.
I know
it's sunset over South Beach.
I think
it's the wrong coast.
I think this may have been Miles AI that built this, that did this. They plugged this into a chat GPT and out this popped. Maybe I think this.
Are they thinking South Beach? On the other side of South Beach in California. Because I mean, you don't have sunsets over South Beach. You have sunrises. Come on, guys. Get with it. Get with it. All right. The start date is now. You have until the 15th at 9 a.m. PT. Again, the structure only needs to be started. So if you want to go and ghost 15 of these, you can go and ghost 15 of these. You do have to keep the minimum spark staked. We'll get into the specifics of the spark staking, but you do have to keep the minimum spark staked to keep the building being constructed, but you don't need to complete it this week. You just need to start it.
Yeah.
Again, anytime you start it between now and the 15th at 9 a.m. PT, you're going to be able to build this structure. So the strategy there is ghosting. Uplando, how many are you planning on building, or are you going to pass this one by?
Here's the thing. I definitely has to be in Miami. So you of course have to have properties in Miami. And looking at Miami and how it was rolled out and how many properties you could get UP2, UPX for UP2, I don't know that I'm gonna have a dozen of these to be able to be built. The thing that I love about this is this has been talked about in the past. This is an exact request from players that has happened, having an exclusive build in a city that only lasts for a certain time and then it's gone. I love the fact that you can start these builds and that you have is as long as you start them by the specific date, it doesn't matter how long it takes to build them. In theory, Goldsmith, that's how this is supposed to work. You could 365 days later complete this structure. So I do think that's cool. And I like what they're doing.
And again, that the idea of ghosting 15 of them. If you wanted to ghost 15 of them, you could. You just have to construct them over time.
Yeah, and I like that part about it. I think that for people that want to need the definition of what the ghosting is at Goldsmith, we should go ahead.
Sure, why not? So you can start a construction as long as you keep the minimum stake on that construction. It is going to be in the process of being built. So long as it's in the process of being built, at some point when you finish it, obviously you've got that structure. You cannot remove the minimum spark from that structure, otherwise you have to, destroy it, demolish the structure. So you're going to be tying up that spark until that structure is finished. And there's plenty of ways to get help in building these structures. You could ghost 15 of these things. You can go and rent Spark over on multiple Spark exchanges that are out there in the market now. Multiple opportunities for people to get help in building. So Uplando, this is an opportunity that if you want a bunch of these, you have to start on this week. And then even if you can't get them finished this week, you have the opportunity to find ways to get them finished. You can earn some UPX. You can turn around and again pay somebody else to stake Spark on your property.
I think, depending upon what this turns out to be in UP2 size, it may be a townhome or maybe a ranch size of structure that you can fit on a property. The thing that I absolutely do love about this is right now there's about 35,000 properties, less in Miami. Not all of those are minted. And the people who are going to build these Goldsmith, how many structures do you think will actually get of these? How many Miami spectacular structures are you going to get?
Magnificent, spectacular, stupendous.
How many are we going to get? What's your guess?
Yeah, so these structures, Uplando, these structures are in the vicinity of the size or approximately the size of a townhouse. So you're essentially building a townhouse like we already have in the game of Upland. Right. 0.23 Spark is what you need to have as the minimum stake to get these started. And the size is that of a townhouse. If you have a property that is too narrow to put not a small townhouse, a full townhouse on it right now, you're not going to be able to put this townhouse on. So overall, with 32,500 properties, 30,500 properties, which is a little bit down adjusted because of the neighborhood that didn't launch, we're going to end up with probably the majority of those, probably at least 70%, 60, 70% that'll be able to take this townhouse. But how many get started? That's all up to availability of Spark in the market and the response. But we could see a few hundred of these, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could see 1,000 of these. It just comes down to how much people agree with the superlative that we throw out there for unique Miami structure, once in a lifetime, sizzle and style. And then again, this idea of if you think it's a masterpiece, maybe you're going to make more than one, right, Uplando?
I love it. Look, I am all in on this. I do want to build some of these. I think the limited time of offering this structure to be able to be built or at least start it when you ghost it, then that's excellent. This whole thing is a home run, in my opinion, across the board. And when people look at Miami, they're going to see this this unique structure. I feel like this will do what we've always wanted structures to do for properties. It will increase the property value of this, having something like this, in my opinion. Colors, Goldsmith, all the color palette is going to be available for these, right?
All the color palette of blue.
Okay, is that it?
With blue windows.
Okay.
Get blue house with the blue windows. Yeah, that's your options, Uplando, isn't that?
Okay. There you go. Then there it is. All right. It's good. I like it.
It's like that song, and I'm sure you know it. You get one bar up, Lando, and then if you go beyond that, you got to worry about copyright strike. We don't want to deal with that.
Is it the RR House? Is that
No,
what you're?
I'm blue, but that's as far as you get up,
Oh,
Lando.
okay.
There's your 2 bars.
There's your 2 bars.
That's all you
All right.
get.
Well,
Any further, we're in trouble. So again, you got a week to do this.
Yeah.
You have to get it started. You don't have to finish it. It's the size of a townhouse. 0.23 spark has to stay sparked on there, or has to stay on there for you to continue to get this built. This is only in Miami. And Jay Hamilton asks, why is this offer only in Miami? Because this is Upland looking for new opportunities to celebrate a new city. How do we make a new city valuable? Why are people going to this city as opposed to another city? And here's the reason. They're going to this city as opposed to another city. They're putting their focus on minting in Miami instead of minting in an older city that has unminted properties, because they want the chance to take a part in this limited edition opportunity. And I think we're gonna see more of this. Upland built a lot of these one-time only offers, these specific sales tied to Miami. And again, this is a path forward to make city releases more exciting. Again, that's my opinion. What do you think, Uplando?
I think it's 100% right. This is basically a sweetener for players that went in and minted Miami, and now they get the opportunity to build this unique structure. It will happen for more and more. Upland always likes to throw these in to see how well the community reacts to these, and I think it's a home run. So I think you'll see more of these with other cities, and they could retrofit, some structures that are unique back into areas. Los Angeles, Miami, or Michigan, could be Tokyo. Who knows? Sao Paulo. We'll see these more and more, I think.
Yeah, for sure. When we see this, potentially when we get an expansion in London, potentially when we get an expansion back in Tokyo, we could see the same thing where you have a new expansion, then they bring a new structure.
Yep.
And that way you can have a different, theoretically, every layer of expansion, you can have a different structure. So different neighborhoods have different structures. It'd be interesting to see that happen.
Yeah, I like it. I love it.
I mean, again, what would be great, Uplando, is if we could, get some other things. But it's step by step. It's Upland trying to make these city releases more exciting, more fun for people. And again, I'm looking forward to seeing some more parts of the Miami that aren't even out yet. So I do want to swing back to that Miami, what we have rolling out so far.
Yeah.
What's going to continue happening? What was your experience so far with Miami? Did you get a lot minted? Are you still figuring out what you want to do for Miami, or where are you at this moment?
So for me, I just feel like Miami is one of those cities that is going to pop up with communities, with nodes, with a lot of meta venture activity. I really think you're going to see that. Now, where it becomes a bit difficult is the UPX per UP2 on the pricing and finding a property that you're going to be able to put a factory or at least a showroom on. So I don't know if those are going to be more widely and readily available, but I do think we're going to see smaller areas, Goldsmith, pop up as groups that expand their node or start their nodes here. I think Miami's going to be a poppin' city. For myself, I actually get this, Goldsmith. I didn't get an opportunity to mint anything yet in Miami.
No. It's not that you didn't get an opportunity. You haven't taken the opportunity.
I didn't take the opportunity yet. However, there was an event that, and is still something that is cooking up with a certain something somewhere, and it's still yet to come in. I think next Friday, somewhere around there, you'll get to see some things that I've been cooking up.
Teasing secrets, Uplando. Teasing secrets.
But this, I think, that's what took a majority of my focus and my time on this. I'll get to look at Miami a little bit more. I'm curious to see what the secondary market is. I like the FSA percentages over there. Give players an opportunity to go in there and grab some of those up. I know players who've done very well flipping those. Let's just see what the collection revealed. Goldsmith, where do you think we're going with collections on this thing? That's kind of where I was.
What do you mean? You're telling me to speculate, Uplando? No, I mean I already own the set in Latin Quarter because that's I own my set in Latin Quarter.
Yeah.
There's only so much UPX to go around when you're talking about 1,200 UPX per UP2 or up to 2,700 UPX per UP2. It's hard to get a set in some of those neighborhoods. So I took You got to take a neighborhood you can afford,
Yeah.
and one that's likely to hit collection when you're trying to hit things out like that.
Yeah, 100%. And this also gives an opportunity, in my opinion. I think there's some areas that were very FSA heavy that are going to allow players that are FSA to get in on that flip, to earn them a little bit more UPX for their journey here in Upland. So I think that system is going to work very well. I'm excited to see what happens on these collections, Goldsmith.
Well, so after collection reveal, here's the cool thing: is if there's a bunch of FSAs in a exclusive or a rare area, poof, 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 those aren't FSA anymore.
That's
those
right.
The multiplier is going to hit. Those are going to come back in the market. Those are going to be nice properties to pick up if you're going to be there for collection reveal. So I'd always do a show before collection reveal, kind of to give a little bit more. Get ready, get prepped, know what you're doing. That's going to be this coming Tuesday, because collection reveal is on Wednesday. So same time, same place, 7 p.m. PT on the 12th. We'll do prepping for collection with the collection reveal. Obviously, collection reveal on the 13th. Vanilla right now. So, and the one thing I want to correct you on, Uplando, this is a helpful correction. You're talking about not having room to put a showroom on. I'm going to tell you a secret, Uplando. There's a couple neighborhoods open right now in Miami that still have properties that might be large enough to put a showroom on. I just bought one yesterday. I am starting to build a medium showroom on it. These are some of the less expensive areas, because the way Miami actually minted, a lot of the more expensive areas minted out more or less. It is some of the less expensive areas, some of the lower spec areas, 200 UPX per UP2, in that range, which is, I bought a bunch of large properties at 200 UPX per UP2 because I haven't had the opportunity to do that for the last several cities. That wasn't an opportunity, in London. It wasn't very much of an opportunity in Tokyo. So now we've got another opportunity. It's been months since we've had the opportunity to mint low UPX per UP2, and I took it. And I got a couple properties that are going to allow me to build a factory. They're going to allow me to build a one or two MetaVenture style structures, specifically a showroom, and those opportunities are still there, Uplando. So I will remind people that do your homework, do your shopping. If you want to buy it at mint, buy it at mint. Some of these larger properties may sell under mint at a certain point. If people miss swing, if they mint a property, it doesn't hit collection, maybe these larger properties, these factory sized properties that people are holding now, end up coming back to the market. So it's a good opportunity, and if you buy them in USD, Upland, I'll tell you a secret: you're going to get a heck of a discount, at least by what the market's telling us.
Yeah, I love it that you're putting it out there for players, in how players have been evolving their gameplay. There's different stages for all different kind of players, but if you're really getting into the MetaVenture swing of things and you're looking for showroom, that medium's a sweet spot. And I love the direction that you're sending people, or at least giving them the information on how to get there and what to do there. It is definitely something I'm taking under advisement as well, and I'll be picking up a few on the either mid market or the secondary. We'll see.
Hey, where are you, Uplando? What city are you in?
Currently, I'm in Manhattan. There's a little
sand. Spend the sand. Fly down.
I can't believe I'm under 300, Goldsmith. I can't believe I've been burning cents like a crazy man.
Oh yeah.
There's some work to be done there. I've got a factory and a showroom that is in Manhattan. There are some things you might want to, keep your eye out.
Just look at Uplando's assets. You're going to see what he's building. Look at that.
That's right.
That's called giving up the goose, Uplando.
But I will be planting some seeds in Miami. I definitely would like to see a showroom or two there. Again, the evolution of my gameplay has been steering me towards that, as many other players have come along. And so it's going to be very interesting to see how this works. And we've got a lot more Miami to go, Goldsmith.
Oh, we do. So I do want to drop this in here because we want to go and look at the other parts that are coming up in the next 3-4 parts here of Miami. We obviously have had the city release. We're talking about next Wednesday as being the collection reveal. That is Wednesday the 13th, and we've got some time between now and then. But what we do have that is more important, or is kind of more detailed for you, and what I want to talk to you about a little bit more, was this upcoming, and I'm scrolling down there. I'm going to get there. We don't have to worry about that flight. Actually, you know what, Upland? I'm going to go back to this flight route here. Check this
Please.
flight route out. I'm waving my finger in front of it. Go Uplando. Go travel down from Manhattan.
I will. I'll get there. I've been back and forth, so just so you know,
you can do it. All right, collection reveal the 9th. We already said that. 9 a.m. on the 13th. We already said that. Let's take a look. Where are you? Here we go. Look at those block explorers. Those are all sold out. But here, these are the special ones, Uplando. Look at these guys.
yeah.
Exclusive block explorer shop owner sale for Miami. But wait, there's more. Again, bam! Some Ron Popeil stuff here. We're offering a special chance exclusive for Block Explorer shop owners with our Miami exclusive Block Explorer shop owner sale. Shop owners will have the unique opportunity to acquire exclusive bundles for resale in their stores. Each bundle includes 3 randomly selected Miami-based Block Explorers. All shop owners will have the opportunity, and once they're fulfilled, their venture dues and obviously have to still be active on December 13th at 9 a.m. PT. You'll be eligible if you have a Block Explorer shop and you're in good standing with Upland. Additionally, players will have the option to participate in an exciting burn mechanic with these Block Explorers. For more information on how to and what to do for the most and make the most of that opportunity, please check the details below. So we'll get into the burn mechanic. I want to talk to you about that because you were a champion of burn mechanic before Upland even allowed it as a concept. I remember Upland was telling you to shut up at one point. You're like, no Upland, no burn mechanic. And here's the burn mechanic. This is something that you may have influenced Upland on the concept of bringing forward, I feel.
It's something that, yes, I have talked about, and it's something that I've championed and wanted to see in the game. I think it's a part of the space. It's a part of what we do as non-fungibles. One of the things that I like about this is a carryover or a reintroduction from when they did a burn mechanic for the blockchain heroes over on Atomic Hub. So we did have a burn event there where you could burn some NFTs on that platform, and then you were offered for every 100 you would get in return some other type of more rare NFT, including a potential Block Explorer. What they're doing with the Block Explorers, it seems that those are always the first thing, right? We've had the Block Explorer shops that were first in for an asset for players and the meta ventures. This rolls into the bridge over to ETH and OpenSea, where you can take Block Explorers and list them on the open market. This is the next evolution. I love the burn mechanic. I like that you can take these and build or burn into something a little bit more rare, a little bit more appealing. I like that fact. And I also like that there is a caution here, Goldsmith, because you can burn something that you didn't mean to, which is a very interesting, but I like this. I like it. I do.
No, build a safeguard. You build those bumpers on your bowling lane, Uplando. We are still children, or some people here are. We don't need those bowling balls going down the gutter.
I think that this is a very cool feature because if somebody were to want to take a look at this from a different point of view, this gives some opportunity to burn some things that otherwise may be a little too out in the number of assets that are out there. So, maybe you want to burn a few to, have a little bit better of your asset holdings. Maybe there's some skulls out there. Maybe there's some zombies out there. Maybe there's some things out there that
don't encourage people to burn things for nothing. Don't say to throw in the burn pile for the heck of it.
I like the fact that you have the opportunity to do some burning, and I think it's very cool. It's a cool exercise to see what people will do. I, for one, I'm a big fan of the match to the fire, to the flame, and get this thing going. I like to see things burn sometimes, but listen, seriously, this is kind of a cool thing that they left open, but do be careful. Be very careful when you're clickety clacking. You don't want to burn things you're not supposed to.
Yeah, we'll get into the details on the burn mechanism, and again, you're the king. You're the king of yelling at Upland to burn all the assets. But this first part of that sale, which is also specific to you, $8.99. There's gonna be 300 of these bundles available. You got 3 BEs for each of these bundle purchases. $8.99 to buy those 3 BEs, and then you sell them for whatever price you want. As far as I'm concerned, $8.99, getting yourself 3 BEs, with each of the BEs being relatively limited. Again, 300 bundles, 300 bundles, 3 BEs in each bundle. That's a total of 900 BEs. divide among 7 different designs, puts these at about 100, 125. Again, if Upland does it evenly, 125 block explorers of each, which is relatively rare. And then for 3 of those relatively rare block explorers for $9, I think that is a discount, or could be considered a discount from Upland, which you didn't get last sale, as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed. And this is something also that we've, as Block Explorer shop owners, have. It's the one meta venture that you don't have a pathway to wholesale. Now, there are some of the other legits and things like that could be argued the same. But in terms of you having to basically compete with everybody else to get these in a very limited sense, it's very hard sometimes to make this on the secondary. So offering this for Block Explorer shop owners, meta venture business owners that have a Block Explorer shop, to be able to do this mechanic, to have some burn in there, to be able to offer them at a quote wholesale end quote price,
Well,
I think it's good.
Buy them at a wholesale, sell them at a retail. Yeah,
that is correct. And we don't know what else is coming. Goldsmith, they could add some sweetness to this and say, hey, these are all, we've seen collections before, Goldsmith, but we haven't seen specifically put all these in a collection, get a reward. I think that may be the next evolution. It could be, that's just speculation, but this is, in my opinion, coming, and it's something that this, I think that this has been looked on favorably. I like how they've done it. I like the price point. I like the burn mechanic. Continue evolving, Goldsmith. I like it across the board.
Well, I do too, but I do want to correct you again, Uplando. Technically, this is a 3rd iteration of collecting a Block Explorer set and gain a reward for it. Because but they were very recent, right?
Yes.
These are very, very recent. So we just saw in the last couple of weeks, I just got this little cool shopping cart. There's only 30 of them for the collection.
Yes.
I had no freaking chance of getting those 3 Gold Rush. I mean, that was nuts. You end up spending like $150, $200 to get all 3. Crazy. And that was if you got lucky.
That is if you got lucky.
Other people spent more than that, a couple $100 to get all 3. And then we saw that pan out and work out for people. But now here we go. Here's another opportunity. But the question is the sale. So I'm gonna guess you're front of the line on this, right? You're only gonna get one bundle more than likely, but I'm gonna guess this is something you're all in for.
Yeah, this is something I'm definitely gonna. This to me, it has caught my attention. It is definitely a good opportunity. I think Upland has presented this. I like what they've done in the past week leading up to this, but this is what really has taken everything that they've learned and put it into a package that is very incentivized. And I think it's good. It's good for us meta venture Block Explorer shop holders, and I'm eager to see how this continues to evolve, and I'm eager to see how this one turns out.
Perfect. And let's take a look at the actual designs here. We can see them up here. We got a Miami. We got a little palm tree. We've got a Miami Sunshine State. Obviously, Sunshine State, they're referring to Florida. Miami there. Look at this. Look at this Cabano in the lower right-hand corner.
I dig
it. They're after my heart right there.
Yeah.
And a Cuban coffee. Oh, yeah, they're after my heart. We got another Miami here. And, of course, the 305. But we do have this. That is not a Cuban link, Uplando. They didn't get the links, Uplando. They look rough, but obviously gold chain there. Definitely not a authentic link. But interesting to see the choices here. I think that they did something for making these choices. I already heard the complaint though. The complaint was, if I look up here at this Block Explorer, look at that cactus, Uplando.
Yeah, I know.
Look at that cactus.
I know. Look, if that's the one thing that you have to go in and do the nitpick away. I'm good with this. I do like the variations of all these. I love how the burn mechanic is going to work.
Yep.
It's going to be very interesting, Goldsmith. We'll see what's left over, and even those things that are being burned could be of sought after value. But I do like it, and it's good on them. They took some time to get this one, so I'm for it.
Sure, and the South Beach sunsets, that too, Uplando.
Excellent stuff.
I mean they do have sunsets, Uplando. It's just not over the, it's not over the ocean, so it's not the same thing as the sun rises over South Beach. But anyways, regardless, not to drag that out, but so pretty cool that we do have these burn mechanics. Here's that burn mechanic that you've been asking Upland for. It is a and again, people can phrase it differently. I call it a seed and fodder burn. You have to have, something that's limited to start the burn or to be part of the burn.
Yeah.
And then to complete the burn or to fill the burn out, you have 2 fodders, 2 less or 2 more common, 2 less rare, whatever assets to get burnt along with it. You're burning 3 for 1. That is coming from a direct path, a direct line. We see that this car over here burns with, some of the fodder. You get this Miami Glow version out here. You've got the little cactus house over here. You burn that with 2 of these fodders. This is what you get over here. And if you do burn the Oasis, you're going to burn it with a couple of these fodders, and you get this out on the other side. Yeah. And then the keynote here, Uplando, is like you said, it's getting more rare. They get more rare because there are 2 variations of each of these 3 block explorers: the Glowing Escape, the Glow Bar, the Miami Sunset Sprint. So I think you hit that pretty well.
Yeah.
To make these burns make sense, they have to be more exclusive than what the seed is, right?
Absolutely. And I think here you see in the variations that it's going to appeal to certain people. There's going to be certain color combinations. There are going to be certain attributes in these block explorers. People are going to want over another. So it's good. There's a lot offered here. It's going to be very limited. And I'm excited for this Goldsmith. I even may see, if I go on a first round buy, if I can't get back in and get a second round buy on these, I might even do that if I still have time available and there's still block explorers available.
For $9, I think it's definitely the way to go.
I think it is.
But what I can make appeal right here, Uplando, and I want to do it publicly and loudly. This is recorded. I hope people watch this all week and definitely follow this appeal. Don't burn the Cubanos. Those are pretty looking sandwiches.
Hey man, okay, sure. There you go. I love Cubanos.
Don't burn the Cubanos. That Cuban coffee is not horrible. Don't burn that one either. Burn the rest of them. Burn that wanky chain. That wonky chain. Burn that bad boy. But don't burn my Cubano.
Fair enough.
All right. So the Miami passes. This is another interesting one. Maybe this is, and again, not a joke. I thought of you when they had this, because I know that you have such a hard time getting to releases sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Yeah. So, this is an idea, and I really like, at least what I've seen of it, is there's a lot of reserve properties. There's a ton of reserve properties that are in good areas.
Yeah.
So of these 1,000 passes, some of them are going to be in really high spec areas. 15% of them are going to hit collection. We don't know what collections are going to be, but we will know collections by the time it is time to mint these properties. By the time Upland does a snapshot, by the time they tell the pass holders what property is theirs to mint, we'll know what's collection and what's not. So this is kind of exciting. Upland, what are you thinking about that? What are your thoughts on this new mechanism?
I think this is a good exercise. I think this is very interesting. It does address, for those people, in my opinion, this is one of the things that addresses, if you're not available to be able to mint on opening day, you get a pass. You do have that percentage chance that it's going to land in an area that would otherwise be collection area, right? There's boost available. So that's very cool. Always looking for boosted returns. So I like it. Again, everything that they've done in Miami, pretty much I'm on board with. So this is another thing. I feel like they hit this one outside the park on this. So I'm favorable for it. And it'll be interesting to see how many people take advantage of this in terms of how fast they do it. Goldsmith, what happens if players that purchase these passes, is there an expiration date? I mean, how does it all going to go down?
Let's get into those details. And again, this is the same thing we had with the gold rush, right? I got in and scooped some of those properties that people chose not to mint, that they had reserved for them. This is the same thing this time around. Snapshot takes place on the 14th. Holders of as of that date, they'll be allocated their specific address in Miami for minting. The mint will be the mint deadline will be Monday the 18th at 9 a.m. PT. And then if you had a property reserved for you, again, one reserved property per pass, you find out what that property is. You have to travel to Miami if you want to mint, if you want to mint that property. But if you choose not to do so, if it's the wrong property for you, if it's too high a price for you, if you don't have the upix because you spent it all on collection speculation and you didn't hit, it happens. That property opens up for the public, and I scoop in there and buy it. So, that is very much something here, that these properties don't get locked forever. And I like to say they don't get locked forever because that's happened before.
Yes, it has.
Somebody wins a contest, they have a property reserved for them, and then it just doesn't come back to the market ever. And I'm glad that they have a mechanism for, hey, you have an exclusive opportunity, but it's for a limited period of time.
Window of time, and then you take advantage of it or you don't. And I like the fact that you have options in this, and then it unfolds. So again, Goldsmith, chef's kiss. I love it. It's good.
Mwah, right? So again, the details on this is you had to already purchase this pass. If you haven't done so, you can buy it in the secondary. It's out there. I've seen people paying upwards of 15, 20, 25,000 UPIX for these. Obviously, the price, whether it goes up or down, that depends on what people speculate on the collection. But here's the punchline. The punchline is the snapshot is the 14th, collection reveal is the 13th. If we see a very exclusive collection, exclusive or a rare collection, have a few of these properties that are likely to be reserved, we could see the prices of these things jump up through the roof because, FOMO.
Yeah. Now, Goldsmith, when they have this reveal, you will be minting it at the price that it was prior to collections? Is that how?
No. You'll be minting it at the price. So here's the thing. Since the collection reveal is going to happen before the reservation, the reservation happening the following day on the 14th, you are going to be reserving that at the post-reveal price. So you hit collection, you hit a rare, congratulations, you hit a rare, but that mint's going to be through the roof because you're going to have that 9 times multiplier on there, right? Woo! So I mean, at least with a 9 times multiplier, if you can, cobble together the rest of those rares, that's going to be a good earner, right?
It is.
With your 3 times multiplier or 2.8, whatever times multiplier they end up giving for that particular rare.
Yeah. It's going to be very interesting. I've been looking at the secondary market on these, and as you said, it's been pretty strong. So I think this is a good way to get a little something new into these city releases, and I like it, and I hope it continues on.
Yeah, again, this is one of the opportunities they built into this city release that they haven't had in previous city releases. We had the Block Explorer sale. We have a couple other things that are already over with. We had this Block Explorer sale up here. We have the first, again, we already had it with the London expansion, but we didn't know about it ahead of time. We found out about it after the time. But we had the first badge system here for, rewarding people and, again, incentivizing people to act differently in a collection or in a pre-collection reveal sale. So that was interesting. And there's one more big couched new thing that Upland's doing, and we're likely going to see for future reveals. What is it, Uplando? Before I show it to you,
it's of course the vehicles, the MV motors that are skinned. There's actually 2 things, but look, I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you have this one. Go for it.
Tell me the other thing. No, you tell me the other thing. What's the other thing? I
think that there's a lot here that Miami is. That there's coming. I mean, look at all the things that you had that coincided with the Miami opening. This is amazing. I love the vehicles and the skins on these vehicles. But Miami is not done yet. Miami is going to continue to go, and there are things that are probably going to be, just sprinkling here and there throughout this rest of this month. We'll say. I don't think Miami's over. There's not all the surprises haven't been let out.
Hey. If you can't share the cookies, don't tell us that they exist, Uplando.
Let's talk about these vehicles, Goldsmith. Let's look at these.
I think you have to tell us about these cookies once you're finished baking them.
I will, buddy. I will.
All right. So, and again, the Uplando loves to tease and not tell people what's actually going on. But Uplando has an announcement that'll be coming out. We're looking at likely next week because it has to hit official Upland official before he can say words on it.
That's right.
We may be seeing another couch thing, a thing that we don't yet know about that does exist or will exist for Miami. So keeping our ears open, our eyes open for that. And you'll be back here, Uplando, to talk about it, I assume.
Absolutely, I will be, and it would be very fun to see that cat get out of the bag when we get time to be able to do that. And maybe I'll be pulling up in a brand new skin vehicle, Goldsmith, because I love these special edition vehicles. I think they're great.
Oh, so now I get to talk about them. Okay,
Please.
We'll talk about those. Since we couldn't talk about the cookies you're baking.
That's right.
All right. So special edition Miami car giveaway. That's the big one here. If Upland does this every single new city, that's going to make these new city mints that much more fun.
Absolutely.
And again, Upland is asking you to mint these, not buy secondary to get these entries. Uplando, get to Miami and mint.
I know.
Come on. So here we go. Let's do this.
Do it.
Top it all off. This is after the wait. There's more, Uplando.
Yeah.
You know, they already did the Romp appeal, but wait, there's more. And now they're circling back to top it all off. Here's some icing on the cake. As a token of appreciation for everyone involved in minting Miami, we have got an exciting surprise in store. We're giving away 15 exclusive Miami-themed cards. We'll get into the reason why 15 is better than 15. For every card or every property that you mint in Miami, including those minted by the Property Pass holders, you'll receive one entry into this exclusive giveaway. Additionally, those who earn our coveted Mint Master badges will be rewarded with an additional 25 entries. And again, we talked about the Mint Master badges. This is the first time people competed in Mint Master. This is the first time they knew Mint Master existed when they went into the city to mint. So kind of exciting.
Yeah, it's like a multiplier. I mean, you're minting these properties. Just by minting the properties, you're getting entries in to win. This is a cool MV Motors, Goldsmith. And say what you will for the MV Motors and how people are looking at them from secondary from when they first started. Again, I think that MV Motors are still one of the strongest assets that are available in Upland. I think they're going to have great utility, and these variants are going to have some very interesting different stats on them. So I'm very excited for these goals.
Well, the stats are always improved on these limited cars, but like I said, it's better than a 1 of 15 because it's actually 3 opportunities and a 1 of 5, right?
Yeah.
So it's only going to be 5 of the Series 1, only 5 of the Series T, only 5 of the Series 4 special editions.
This is very cool, man. I like the rarity.
Yeah, I love the rarity, but look at these. I mean, they look great. I mean, can I get these a quick review? Yeah, look at that. I can get a little better, deeper visuals on these. Pretty cool. And you know, again, you mentioned it, nail on the head. These have better stats. These are better racers than just a Series 1, Series 1 E. Some of these opportunities we've seen them, like this Series 1 right here, may very well have better stats than the Series 1R. So it's very exciting to see this happen.
And I think that these are giving you a preview of what the aftermarket is going to be like for aftermarket parts, aftermarket skinning, these types of things that you're going to see. I think that this is a little bit of a peek into that into the future of what's going to happen for these aftermarkets.
I love it to happen because again, that's an economy Upland's talked about for a long time. I'd love to see it come in because look at this. You know, I want to throw a spoiler on there. That spoiler gives me better downforce on my rear-wheel drive car. That gives me better handling, right, Uplando? So
I guess
So, I mean, that would be huge. That would be a huge way for me to customize, personalize my vehicles. And now when I go to race, I'm not only, you know, braking at the right time. I'm not only, accelerating at the right time. Now I have to build the car out to do as well as possible.
And you may not be the fastest around the track, but you may be the stylish.
We're not talking about being stylish, Uplando. We're talking about utility and functionality and make it faster, make it better.
If you can't be fast, be pretty, I guess. I don't know. It happens.
Well, if you're happy, you're happy. That's all I can say.
That's right, my friend.
All right. So obviously, there's only so much we can say about it, but let's say it. This is a big opportunity. Great. This is a good prize given out. And I've said this about a couple things Upland's done with some of these contests. They don't really cost Upland anything to do these. I mean, obviously a little bit of designer time. I get that, but they don't really cost Upland anything to do these. It is a form of appreciation using staff time, which I appreciate that using staff time. They're not taking money out of their pocket. They're not giving away USD. They're not sending, they're not sending Amazon gift cards to anyone's house, but they are putting the time in to put a prize that has value on the secondary and has value in utility in the game of Upland. So that's all I'm asking. Make these little incentives, make these little cookies, make these little bonuses to make these events more fun. And I think that's what they are doing here, and that's what they've done here. And I really hope it continues for every time that we have a future city release.
Keep on sweetening the pot. 100%. I agree with you. I echo everything you're saying there. Thank you to the team for doing this and for players getting the opportunity. Even if you're new into the game, hey, you could have gotten yourself a few properties. Boom, you get yourself an incredible NFT that is of a rare nature, and it could be something that fits nicely into your portfolio that you're building if you're a new player. It's great, Goldsmith, the whole way across the board.
Yeah. Great little drop here. By I Am God was dropping in. He appreciates your announcement that there will be an announcement. Again, that's not why I was going to have you on here, Uplando. I expected a real announcement out of you, but sure enough. sure enough, no announcement.
Story of my life.
Just teasing that there's more to come. And you know what? I'll jump on the same page as you. Again, this is working with the team of Upland.
Yeah.
I'm sure it doesn't matter whose side it's on, but it's between you working with the team of Upland and a delay, arising. I just had the same thing happen. Go figure. Tuesday, I was supposed to be talking with an Upland staff member about something very specific, and they're like, we have to postpone it because we want to finish this project before we talk about it. And to be fair, we never anticipated that the project was going to be finished before the interview. But it was the change in mentality that Upland wants this interview to happen after the completion of the project so that we can talk about the project. That, is like a last minute change of schedule. And it's like, it gives me a little bit of a headache, Uplando.
You know what? To be fair, it is on every facet of this, you want to get things right. So I definitely would not put this on the shoulders of Upland. I would put this on the shoulders of those who are creating and doing things. And it's a responsibility to try and bring the best, most put together experience that we possibly can so that the players have every opportunity to really take full benefit of it. So it'll be in the post. It's in the post and it will be delivered soon.
Well, again, I'm not ragging on Upland, again, 100%. I would rather the product come out right the first time. It is great that we're going to have the opportunity to talk to a member of the team of Upland who ultimately is a high-ranking member of the team of Upland who actually has control over many things that are happening in the UGC segment.
Exciting.
It's exciting, but it's also exciting to be able to talk about this project once the project is finished. They don't want to talk about a project that they don't know when it's going to be finished. I get that, I appreciate that, but it's just like you still have a headache over it. It's like you eat that ice cream, you still get the ice cream headache even though you enjoy the ice cream.
Yep, you try. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Maybe it'll be worth the wait. I think it will be. I'm not pessimistic about it. I'm optimistic about it. But again, it is a step forward to say, hey, I can't tell you exactly when this is coming out. Let's talk about it when it comes out.
Yeah, it'll be good. We'll get there, and it'll be fun for all. So, but Miami has been, in my opinion, Goldsmith as it's ongoing, even still now, it's a success. I think that we've had, the one thing, Goldsmith, that people take for granted and they don't remember the pain that we've had in the past is the minting went very well.
Oh, so smooth.
Goldsmith. And it's something that people have now, completely, people are like, what do you mean there was problems with minting or you had problem minting? I had no problem with. So these things that continue, and now it continues to build on top of that. So, hats off to the team because they always hear the times when it didn't go well, but for the times that it do go well, hats off.
Oh, there's no question. Again, they get better. Every city, they've been doing since Tokyo, this idea that they turn off 3D assets. I even kind of forget that was the case because I went to go, update a 3D, one of my structures that was in progress. I was like, oh crap, I can't do this for 4 hours, But it made it smooth. It made it very smooth. And again, it shows some intelligence and evolution over time to make things better that previously weren't so great.
Yep. There's a recipe and they're figuring it out and we're glad. So it's been great.
Thank you, Upland. Otherwise, I mean, again, the biggest takeaway from Miami for me is I don't know how much people are excited about these little extra gimmies. These extra gifts along the way, these extra promotion, these new mechanisms, but I love them. I love these mechanics. I think it makes the city more fun.
Absolutely. It's the overall experience, Goldsmith. And again, for people that are just brand new coming in, they get they're purchasing, they're minting properties before you know it, they're entered into a contest. This is great. This is incredibly incentivizing for new players, and it is a nice little reward when you feel like I never win anything, and boom, before you know it, you've got a very customized MV motor in your assets wallet. It's very cool, man.
Well, I think the joke on it, or not the joke, what I think is interesting and is a fun and again, the joke on me, I should say, is I always have a bunch of entries into these, and it's always the guy who's got 4. The guy who started 2 weeks ago, and poof. He's got this really rare car. I had like 600 entries. He has 2, and he's got a brand new car. So every entry counts. You buy
It
one
does.
property, you mint one property, you have an opportunity.
That's right.
It's the same opportunity as I have for each of my entries. I just have more entries than you do because I bought more properties. But
Mm-hmm.
I still won't win because it's me, and I know how these things work. And I've been everywhere every time. We had a terminal sale today at Plano.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. We had a terminal sale today. Guess what I didn't mint today at Plano? Guess what I didn't buy?
You got the same donut that I did, so there you go.
Yeah. No terminal
Yeah,
for
no
me.
terminals. No.
That's exactly what that was for me. So again, the terminal sale today. Registration was yesterday to today, 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. Sale at 9 a.m. PT. No terminal for Goldie. Go figure.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's You know what? You go in with the high hopes. You win some, you lose some, Goldsmith. That's how it is.
No. You go over the high hopes, you don't win any. But this game has been good to me. I just do not have the luck when it comes to these random draws. I know these people who've gotten 5 or 6 totems in Upex. I've got 0. I bought them on secondary. People, if someone gives you their spot or sells you their spot, that's something. It's essentially pre-buying a totem pass. But I have not gotten a genuine, without having to buy a spot in line yet. And there's a lot of people who have gotten 2, 3, 4, and it's just like how Upland.
You've got one more chance. We've got that last chapter, and we've got the one more opportunity. Upland is finishing really strong this year. Goldsmith, the release of Miami, very timely for this end of year. We've got again the totems that will introduce us into Protem and Stem. Look, it's going to be a lot before the end of the year, my friend.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it, and so again, the big thing here is, all jokes aside, I'm looking forward to totems. I'm looking forward to Chapter 5. I've got to do this, Upland. I do this every time I get on the screen so I can show it, and so I will do it. And that is taking a peek at. Do we have that countdown clock yet for the totems?
Let's check it out.
But we will take a look at that. And of course, let's take a look. The last piece that was part of that announcement wasn't really worth reading, but is worth noting. Upland did promote and encourage people to go and take a look at the Plaza, to go to the Plaza, to go hang out, to talk about it. I didn't see a lot of people here. I actually saw a ton of people in Discord having that conversation. But I mean, this is a place for just that. That's part of what the Plaza is all about.
Yeah.
We'll see the shows move over here. We'll see more community over here. I think Upland's trying to see some of Discord move over here, but ultimately, it would be interesting to be able to come and see a live minting, potentially have some 3 or 4 of these screens up showing different areas of the map as they're turning different colors, as the properties are going from gray to light blue. It would be a little bit of fun, but that was a big thing they teased up. Go in the Plaza if you want to participate. Go in the Plaza if you want to participate in whatever the conversation was. But again, it was one of the most active mintings I've seen in the Discord in months.
Agreed. I saw people in the Upland Cafe over there in Discord. It was definitely it felt a blast from the past, and there was a lot of people in there. It was nice to see that, Goldsmith.
Yeah, I loved it. It was great. And again, I'd love to see it here in Layer 1 because there's certain people, for one reason or another. Discord's not in every country. Not everybody uses Discord. Right. But it would be cool since everybody uses Layer 1 Upland. So some of that activity can come into Layer 1 Upland. And again, people who, for whatever reason, aren't in Discord, they can be part of that conversation.
Yeah, agreed. 100% Goldsmith. And I look forward to the evolution of what they've been doing with the city center and how these cafes come into full production with players and what they'll be doing with them. Everybody that's been active, yourself, Cheese, Musita, TML, and the guys from the Upix podcast, everybody that's been doing shows, Goldsmith, the Latin shows that's been going on. It's very cool. And I think we've got a full roster, a beginning roster, I should say, right now. What you guys are doing is fantastic, and I dig it, man.
Yeah, five nights a week. We'll have something in the Plaza. Different shows, different days. So have 2, 3 shows on some days. I think it's a big opportunity to share what's going on in the system. And look at that. I've had it up on there for a while, Uplando. Can you count the days, Uplando? How many days, how many hours, how many minutes, how many seconds?
Well, it looks very much like a lot of goose eggs, Goldsmith, but
we don't know, Uplando. We don't know. We have no clue when the totems are coming.
I feel it, though. I can feel it in the air, my friend.
You feel that's coming. So I
Yeah.
want to take a look at something, because this is one of the things I try to celebrate a lot, is the
Yeah.
UGC and these UGC contests. So let's take a look at a really important UGC contest. Putting it up on the screen here if you are in the Plaza. Let's take a look at one of the more important, one of the more important announcements, one of the more important event winners list, and that is for the people who do partake in these major UGC contests.
Yes.
Upland teases them out. They have to do a lot of work. They do a ton of work. The UGC content creators, and they compete. And I, as I mentioned, kind of couch it a little bit to say Death Ender when you were talking about Death Ender before, because there's a lot of Death Ender. All things come up Death Ender on some of these contests, and this is not different. This is one of those contests where very much it looks like that is the case.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this happen. Go over this, Goldsmith, because I loved this contest. I thought it was amazing that you had this UGC interactivity with this. With this, you had a lot of lead time with this too, Goldsmith, which is what I really appreciated. But go for it, because I love the results.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lead time, which meant that if you were not, super proficient with Blender, you could take the time and figure it out. You could work with a third party who's going to help you if you don't know how to do it, which some people do. But the cool thing that Upland did that they have kind of not been doing with the UGC, some people might love it, some people might hate it, is they didn't limit people. They previously said, you do one and your one is your one. Yeah. And do you know what the workaround is, Uplando? That skilled artist ends up working with everybody, and they put everybody's names on them.
Yeah, that's true.
One guy makes all the designs, and it's just like these 7 people are the winners. And again, if that's how the rules are written, that's how the contests are going to go.
Yeah, and you quality here, and the artist that brought this, we see, and again, you're going to go over the people here, but Death Ender, Jacques, these others did an amazing job, and you saw who showed up in a big way. So yeah.
And here's the thing: is just because you see the same name 5 times, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't be putting your art in, because the next artist, the next big UGC artist, is somebody who hasn't yet submitted.
That's right,
or very well could be. And I would say there is going to be somebody who's going to be taking the UGC world by storm, who we don't know about yet, who hasn't submitted a single design. The next contest is going to have someone like that for sure.
I highly encourage, Goldsmith, I'm right behind you there. We highly encourage you, if you have a penchant for getting in and playing around in Blender and doing some different artwork, don't get discouraged. Keep after it. We've seen Death Ender progress as he has gone on, and has even gotten some spotlight on this, but it is hard work that has gotten him to where he is right now, and a tip of the hat to him. So please, if you're out there, take some inspiration from Jacques and Death Ender and the others that have been working hard at this, and it does pay off, my friend. It does.
Yeah, I mean, because literally, again, don't be discouraged, but literally, DTAC puts 10 to 25 hours into some of these designs.
Yeah.
And it wins, but he put 25 hours into it. Not saying the guy who put 6 hours into it didn't work hard at it, but the extra 8 hours may have been the difference between having that go through and having that win, and not so much just that the guy who put 6 hours in wasn't talented. Maybe it was that extra time that made all those differences.
Yeah, the tweaks and getting it there and doing it and making it just right, the perfectionism on it. But again, the style is also there. You can't take anything away from the artist.
Yeah, for sure. Let's run that list up, Lando.
Let's do it.
So you said the Jacques up front. I don't know if 1, 2, and 3 are really 1, 2, and 3, or it's just the 3 top winners. Upland didn't really say that's what they were doing. But the Jacques with the Angry Tree Rex, I want to see this bad boy. Angry Tree Rex. She won some UPX. She won a property in Chicago, and she won some Spark. Death Ender, same thing. This is for his Spark Up Santa. We'll hear that name again. Death Ender, UPX. Property and some Spark. DeGeis, 1976, again, another winner who's winning again.
You bet.
When we're talking about these Master Builders contest, and a couple wins here as well. Ugly Grouchy Sweater is a name that is UPX, that is Property, and that is Spark. And there's another 7 winners, and Upland did not write this down here, but say it, Upland. Put it out there. Be proud. They get a copy of their own design.
That's right.
As a wearable. That is the biggest prize, if you ask me.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's huge. It's here's the iteration of wearable UGC of you as an artist can make something, and then you as a player in the game of Upland can wear it.
Absolutely. And this is reverberated right through here. You know, the creator is now wearing the creation. It's very, very cool. And I dig these, so I'm very excited about it.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jack. I'm looking forward to seeing I'm to seeing D-Tech and these other artists as well wearing their own designs. It's pretty exciting about it.
Yep. I want to wear them, so it's great.
Yeah, but no, you can't have them. I'll tell D-Tech to keep them far away from you.
You never know.
You'll pull on the string if you want to destroy my sweater. Pull the string as well. No, gonna get copyright strike again. That's why I can't sing it in tune. Then I'm really gonna get copyright strike. Death Ender, Beaver Surprise. Again, this is a design that he had out there already. The name, it makes me chuckle. I'll leave it at that.
So good.
The Beaver Surprise. And he's going to get some spark. He's going to get a copy of Beaver Surprise. Death Ender also with the choir. He's going to get some spark. He's going to get a copy of the sweater. He's going to have a pretty full closet here if he keeps it up at this rate. Death Ender with Lamis, the snowman. Lamis the snowman. That's going to be a spark reward as well as the sweater. And then the guy's 1976 on another one. So got one of the top three. Getting another one down here with Snowman, ugly as skull sweater. Again, spark and going to get a copy of that wearable. Pills has Pills Llama ugly sweater. That is going to be the same thing with the spark and with the sweater. Death Ender with another one. Save Our Planet with the spark with the ugly sweater. And Saint Lucy with a St. Lucie pretty sweater. That is going to be a spark and the sweater stuff. And again, I want to put this out there. This is a little bit of an anecdote. Death Ender, D-Tech did not know the concept of an ugliest sweater for Halloween, not for Halloween, for Christmas. He didn't realize that there's usually a Christmas theme to it, and he thought he was just making an ugly sweater. And then once he got it, the snowman here. Oh, well, we're gonna have a snowflake on here. We're gonna put Santa. Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go that direction. But his first designs had nothing to do with Christmas themes.
So good. It's very Death Ender. It's very D-Tech of him. Yes.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny to see that happen again. But Kino on this one is congratulations to everybody. We like to see the variety. I like to see more people in these contests. Yeah. It is one of those things that I don't want anyone to feel like I'm not going to participate because one person wins them all. It's a merit thing. I think that you see the same name up there a bunch of times. You see the Geist up there a couple times because they put out good quality products.
That's right.
But I still think there's plenty of room for somebody who's never made something before to put it out there, for it to be good quality and for it to win these contests.
Couldn't agree more. I'm right again, echoing everything you're saying. Please, if you've got the penchant to do this, if you feel the urge and you would like to get into it, find one of there's some great mentors out there. It's not as though they're coveting this and they're not going to share any of their skill sets. Many of these artists are very willing to share the tips and the tricks and the things that they've learned to help increase the awareness of how to get some of these things done, and to help educate new artists that are coming in the space and to use these tools like Blender. So it's fantastic, and there's some really great people here. So congratulations to you all.
Yeah, great, and again, great work for those who put the effort in, and great on Upland for structuring this contest the way they did. I
love it.
Again, letting people win more than one, I think, encourages the best quality product to win, not just individuals, right?
Yep, 100%.
And then one last thing I want to put out there, Upland. We said it without saying it. There's more room than just these contests. You get in, you participate, you do the best you can.
Yeah.
You don't win, and guess what? Now you can go in the UGC market and you can work with somebody who already has a factory.
That's right.
You can start your own factory. You can get into Meta Ventures. Maybe you put a design in for a contest, it doesn't win. That is your design.
That's right.
Maybe it goes somewhere else. Maybe you do something else with it in Upland.
Yeah, not all is lost. You still have that, not only the experience and you're learning as you go along, but you do have that asset that you can turn around. And I really do feel that the legits and the wearables are going to become a MetaVenture path, and you're going to be able to do that. So definitely it has legs in the future. So hang on to it.
Right on. Again, that's where I'm looking at.
Yep.
And the game of Upland is all iterations, right? So
Yep.
there's two big iterations that just happened in the last 2 weeks without people saying it, without people knowing it, with me seeing it very clearly. The wearable UGC, that is an iteration. That's an opportunity for Upland to make it work so they can make it work again in the future.
Agreed.
That makes me feel like the wearables as a MetaVenture is not far out.
Agree.
Okay. And then the other one, Uplando, they skinned the cars again, Uplando.
Yes.
The more they skin the cars, the closer we're getting to having the ability to do that.
Yeah, aftermarket. And they always test it and they put it out there and see what the response is like. And then before you know it, it becomes a MetaVenture. We've seen the carts, and I don't know if you're going to do that before we get out of here, or at least I get out of here. But I did like to see that the cart that was skinned or that was themed for the season, Goldsmith, and I think we've seen the cart registration or at least application for it. And I think that that's right on the cusp. I mean, we're going to see them come out, this first Upland offered cart, and then I think you're going to see that opened up for others to make them.
Oh, for sure. And again, I think that the gingerbread cart, I actually did already share that. I shared that the other day.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what? I'm going to jump out of the cafe right now so I can do it, or I'm going to at least jump out of the Plaza. So I'm not going to be seeing what's going on, but I'm going to assume that the Plaza is going to continue to work for me the way I expect it to.
Sure.
But I have taken a look at this with people already. So let me go and take a look at it. So the easiest way to take a look at this, I'm going to share this screen so you can take a look at it as well. But Upland, Upland _carts is going to be where I'm going to find them. So if I go and I take a look at the user Upland _carts, this is one of Upland's official accounts. They have a number of official accounts. They have the Upland Bureau. They have one for MV Motors. And again, this is one that they've already had for a while. They used it for the Genesis Week carts.
Yeah. And again, this is just showing you what the capabilities are. I love this themed cart that has come out, and I think it's going to show the progression of what you're going to be able to do with these. I can't wait to race them, Goldsmith. I really want to get a hold of one. So,
I mean, yeah. I mean, here's the thing: is it's just going to be fun. These are going to be fun having these carts. Here we're taking a look at it. Upland carts located at their factory at 6300 Owens Mouth Avenue here in Los Angeles, California. I'm going to zoom right in, and we can see there's a factory here. I got to click around so I can zoom in. And look at this, Uplando. Do you see these? What are these, Uplando?
Well, I think there was the Genesis Week carts.
Yeah.
And so we got the Genesis cart, and now we've got, which I love, the Genesis cart, and now you're following that up with these seasonal carts. This is going to be great to race. This reminds me of like RC racing, Goldsmith, so I absolutely love it.
Oh, they look like fun. Could you imagine actually driving that cart, your head sticking out the top, going around there, the thin plastic on the outside of this cart, wet, jangling around in the breeze. But here's the thing, like the Genesis carts, I want to point this out. They made more than they actually used because they had to make a certain amount of the carts, and then there was only so many players who went to the Genesis Week. There's a lot of people there. I was there. You were there. But I mean, they had to make more instead of less. They couldn't have less. So, and the other thing is that there are these carts that are on here that people never move to their site. I have my cart, believe it or not, was still sitting there because I didn't move it to my location. So there's a couple of these carts that are like that. There's a couple of these carts that were overstocked from Genesis Week. But yeah, here we go, Upland. You want to look at it?
Yeah,
cart you like so much.
I do love the gingerbread cart. I think it's very cool. It is very cool.
It's very fun. Again, I can take a look over here all around. 360. Look at the top.
Candy cane, spoiler in the back. This is top notch. I love it, dude. It's pretty cool.
It's kind of fun. And again, all these gingerbread, all these carts are gonna have the same stats, so they're gonna race the same way around the track. But this is our second cart theoretically. I do want to put the a little bit of I don't know. Let's say perspective on this. The UGC cart manufacturing, those factories, people have been awarded those factories for months now. They haven't been able to get their designs through and get them approved yet. And here's an approved design from the team. Is it iterative? Is this the team just fine tuning their thing so they can get UGC rolling on getting theirs out? or I mean, did they scoop the UGC squad? What are your thoughts there, Uplando?
You know what? I think that this probably was something that was already planned, and I don't think they
Mm,
scooped it. I think that they
mm,
really are refining and testing this, and
yeah,
making sure that everything is ducks are in order. So
yeah.
I'm okay with this. You're going to have such incredible designs for people who have applied for the cards. It's given them time to refine that. So
Hmm.
there's going to be plenty of interest past these. So
Sure.
again, tip of the hat. I love it for the season. I want one. Can't wait for these things to roll out.
And again, I do get a little salty on some of this. Like, let the players feast, But
Yeah.
the other part of this is, I actually maybe agree with you a little more than I thought I would. Is this is an iterative thing? I think the
Yeah.
team putting this out, to perfect it helps everybody else who
That's
is putting
right.
the UGC in. So again, this is inevitable. I wish that UGC was out already. I know it's in the final stages of
Yeah.
coming out, but I'm gonna say this looks kind of cool. Let's see what happens, how these get sold. If these are a contest, I think likely they're going to be sold, but that tells us there's going to be something between now and Christmas. Upland, let's just make it official. Let's get dates
Get
down for a Christmas show. Give me a couple of these to give away as part of the Christmas show. I'm not gonna.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm not asking for much, but I am asking. But we're gonna have a fun fall holiday season. Upland's done
Absolutely.
amazing things in the last 3, 4, 5, 6 months. They've done some amazing things with at least with the glimmer of hope, with the optimism, with what looks like on the other side of Miami. I love the way they did Miami. Very, very happy, very, very glad to see that. These cards here tell us that we're about to get more UGC cards, which the next iteration after UGC cards running is UGC cars. And again, these iterations here pushing along the line. The shorter period of time in between one iteration and the next in some of these flows, these process flows, tells us that we're going to places we need to go, want to go in the game of Upland.
Yeah, this whole build up. I mean, we say it every as a new year starts. It's so far away, and we have
Yeah.
first quarter, second quarter. We are here. We're at the end of 2023. Goldsmith.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did a smashing job to get everything that they've gotten out in this year. We'll have some
Mm-hmm.
time to reflect when we get up to the New Year show. But look, man, this is a lot, and I in my opinion, what I see in the future of this is the next wave. We are going to see players that we have never heard of before that are going to start to enter into these meta ventures and start to produce art and bring things to the table that we've never even considered or conceived of them actually bringing to it. We're going to have a whole new class of player in terms of like freshman class that's going to come in, and boom, they're going to have some great designs, some great things, and we're going to see some stars come out of that. But tip of the hat to all those who did enter and produced assets and won for this. There's a little bit to the end of the year here, but it's going to be a good wrap up in Goldsmith. This is one of them, so I love it. It's great.
Oh yeah. Right on there again. That's a good capstone here, Uplando. Looking forward to the end of the year. This is the big thing worth taking a peek at. We are looking towards the end of the year. 2024 is coming up. Coming up less than a month away. Woo!
Yep.
Q1 2024. We've
You
got
know
a
it.
couple capstones to get done before the end of the year, and one of those is Totem. So we'll see what
Yeah.
happens there. There's nothing more to say until we have the announcement on Chapter 5, and then seeing what happens with the Protum drop sometime thereafter. But you got what you wanted. You got one big city release before the end of the year.
Yeah.
You got Miami, which you've been asking for over a year, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
what
absolutely.
else? What else you get? You get Burn. So I mean, what's in the Uplando? We're gonna go to bed here at a certain point, Uplando.
Yeah,
We'll both get our jammies on. But
I'm happy to close it out for my part, at least.
I'm
With this.
gonna close you out, Uplando. You ready for this?
Yeah, please.
You're gonna sit on Goldie Santa's lap, and you've gotten a lot of the things that you wanted this year. You asked for, you begged for,
Yeah.
you screened for, and again, not just you, but I think people were on the same
Yes.
boat as you. But you got a ton of things in the last 3 months.
Yeah.
These are huge things. Again, a city release done in a different way. The burn mechanism is a new mechanism.
Yep.
You wanted to see these Block Explorer sales go to Block Explorer shops as a true wholesale. You're finally getting that.
Yeah.
What do you want more? What else could Santa give for you?
There's already some things that I know that the wishes are going to be granted. I can already tell. I feel that's going to happen. We'll talk about that next week.
Keep baking those cookies and don't tell them about us until they're ready to share.
But I think the big thing, Goldsmith, is going to be the participation with the team and how we move forward. The big thing that I'd like to see for this before the end of the year, one little surprise. I want one little gift that's under the tree that you didn't know that was coming. That's what I want to see. And I would encourage the team to give Goldsmith a couple of these amazing cards to give away during the holiday show. That's what I want.
Yeah. See, I didn't even send you a DM for that, Plando.
No, you didn't.
No. So again, thank you so much. I'm gonna try to put a capstone for the night because it is Friday night here. So I'm keeping you to the end up, Lando. But thank you so much for being here. This is the end of the show, essentially. Let's tease it again. You are gonna have an announcement, maybe sort of next week, if it doesn't get pushed off again for the third time.
Absolutely, and it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be we're working very hard to bring this to fruition. So stick around, and I can't wait to tell everybody all about it, Goldsmith. So thanks for having me tonight. It's been great.
The cookies are 80% baked. We'll have that conversation next week, hopefully. I can officially say just in this wrap up, I can officially say that my interview with Jason for Tuesday has been postponed. I think a lot of people have seen that announcement already, but I didn't want to put it out there in voice so people haven't heard it. And again, I can say, oh, I wish it was sooner. It gives me a headache. I really appreciate the opportunity for the team to have these type of interactions, to be able to talk to somebody who has the power to make changes in UGC. And I'm looking forward to actually having a finished product to talk about once we have that conversation.
Absolutely.
So I'm complaining, but for the sake of just saying that I wish we could do it now, understand that it has to be pushed off.
Yeah.
So other than that, Uplando, let's do this on Friday. Let's do this next week whenever we get this finalized. Let's talk about these cookies that you've been baking. And thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thanks for having me, Goldsmith. Always a pleasure to be on. Thanks for everybody that participated in listening and following along with us tonight. And we'll see you next time.
Perfect. And again, I'll cap things off here as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating and being here. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. PT. I do one on the Cafe Nightly show. We do try to keep it or try to work it into the Plaza. We have limited controls in the Plaza. If we like the screen, if we like it through that, I can wave here and put pictures up on that screen. I like to do the show this way quite often. I've historically done a show as voice only. Some people still have a bit easier access to a voice-only show than they do in Layer 1 Upland. So we're still trying to run that hybrid, see how the two work together, see the best we can do to put a voice-only show out as well as a show here that has visuals. And, of course, we're iterative like Upland. We'll continue to work on it. Looking forward to seeing you again, Upland, next week, hopefully. I'm looking forward to being back in the Plaza this coming Tuesday, 7 p.m. PT. We will have something to do there for sure. And, of course, continue to run the show Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. PT in the Upland Discord. Thank you, everyone, for participating. Looking forward to seeing you next week.